And what I like to do to begin is I like to tape off the top of the cup because it helps me as far as like keeping it mess free. When I do the glitter, I can shake it around a little bit without it falling all over. I already have the holes drilled on my cup. You can buy them pre-made like that, or you can do it yourself. I just take a drill bit and do it myself. So I will take, now I get a little cup and I like to honestly just eye it. I pour in half of one color, half of the other I would like to use, and I mix it together to get a good blend. I personally use chunky glitter because it flows better. If you use a thin glitter, it will clump and it does not look right. So here I'm just mixing it up. I got a good shine, got a good amount. You can always go back and add more if you'd like. So I just like to start with a good amount first and then go from there. So I have the 2 holes. One I use as like a breather when I use the fluid. So I just go ahead and I dump a good amount on there, shake it up. It will go down. It doesn't take too long. Some people like to use massage guns to help get that going and go quick. I'll just shake it around, take my hand, tap, tap. And honestly, it works just fine. You can see the glitter starting to go down the tumbler. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video from here. Okay, so now I'm going to add the fluid. I have slime activator, which I prefer. I have vegetable glycerin. I have Elmer's glue, clear glue. You don't have to use that. And what I do is I add distilled water so I do not get mold. I'll do an equal ratio. I get a measuring cup and I'll do 1 part of each. You will see here I make a little bit of a mess. It's fine. Okay, so I have that and I need to add it into a cup, measure it out. I have a little bottle I'll use just so that way I could squeeze it in. You can get a condiment bottle, anything. It makes it easier. So I'm going to go ahead and add all my mixtures. I do not use the clear glue in this cup because I have the slime activator now. Totally up to you. I noticed the slime activator for me has worked best. Just getting my mixture of everything. I just use a tiny bit of glycerin. You don't have to. If you want to use the slime activator and clear glue, you can get a really slow mixture. If you want to use just water and glycerin, you can get a faster mixture, but do more water. So I struggled a little bit with opening this, and then I decided, well, I don't really need that because I'm already using the slime activator. So with my mixture, if you want a colorful liquid, I like to add a little bit of mica powder. Just know a little bit goes a long way. You don't have to, but I noticed that when the glitter settles and you have that clear fluid, the cup looks empty. I like to add the color into the fluid so that way when it's just sitting there and the glitter has settled, at least the cup stays a colorful, vibrant color in there. So it looks really pretty. So I'll go ahead and mix it up a little bit more, make sure everything's shaken up very well. And then I will go ahead and now start adding the mixture to my tumbler. I will add a little bit at a time, and I like to mix it up. I've learned that if you do not, at the very end, it's going to be so much more work, and then you have to try and break up that glitter, and it is a pain. So I do a little bit, shake it up, spin it around, do what you got to do. I do like to roll it around. I notice that helps. So as I start to get towards the end of the bottle, I begin to run out of fluid. So I'm going to speed this up and I'm going to just keep repeating this process until the cup is full. Okay, so as I'm getting to the end here of this bottle, I'm going to go ahead and take a paper towel and I want to shake it up. I go back and forth. That way I can make sure all the glitter at the top comes down, vice versa, same from the bottom. And that way I can add more fluid because you may notice once you shake it up, you will need more fluid. So that's just what I'm doing here. I have completely filled up the cup. I'm now gonna do the process one more time with the paper towel. Clean it up. I wanna make sure that everything looks good how I want it. And as you shake it, you will see a few air bubbles will come up. You can see there, some move towards the top. It's not a bad thing to have some air bubbles. Some people do not like the air bubbles. They'll let it sit out for 24 hours. I personally like to have a couple of the bubbles, and I will let it sit for a few hours, then I'll seal it up. So a few hours has passed, and I'm gonna go ahead and seal my tumbler. I have UV resin and I have my curing light. You wanna make sure that the resin is appropriate with the wattage for the light, and you can order off Amazon, and sometimes it comes with it. Some people like to use bumpers. I personally do not. I will take UV resin with my light and I will have it ready. That way it's already curing. I'll put it over the whole cure. And it works perfectly. I'll sand it a little bit once I'm done, and I will just make sure it's flat, cure it again, and we're solid. So I do that for both of the holes on there. I'm just going to go ahead and shake the cup up, make sure everything's perfect and I like it, and that is it. I really hope this video was helpful for you and that you like it.